For the sake of safety and speed, Marco Polo's group did not choose to return directly by train. Instead, they chose Carducci's proposal, crossing a few rivers to make straight for Rome. As a result, the section of the Arno River flowing through the Republic of Florence would become the most dangerous part of the return route. They rushed along the water surface, heading for the Sardegna Ecclesia's territory at full speed. The riverside sent a message saying everything looks normal. We might be able to go back safely. I doubt it. There's no way Andrea would foolishly not anticipate that someone might take this route. She wants to capture the Apostle, me. If she didn't, she wouldn't have made Bartholomew go through the effort of erecting an illusion to delay us. All of you, keep your eyes and ears open. Here they come. That bunch is nothing but bold. What do you expect? They've here for us to formally declare war, for goodness sake. If it's the Apostle you seek, then I am right here. Show yourselves and state your names! In the dark mist, two shadowy figures slowly came into view. You anticipated an ambush here, I see. Perhaps not as incompetent as the rumors say. I am Bolzano, a knight of the Sardegna League. It is a shame you must meet under these conditions, your grace. Metas? Again? If we assume that Andrea Doria is meta as well, then... Perhaps their kind are commonplace in this world? Even Trento has returned. Even Trento has turned. How strange. Trento, if a fight is inevitable, then can't we at least spare some pleasantries first? Why won't you say anything? You are Marco Polo, the Apostle, yes? What is it, Trento? Is something wrong with her? For some reason, the scenario has given me an intense sense of deja vu. It's like I've experienced it in a dream. Is that so? Perhaps in that dream, you and I accomplished something incredible together. Is that correct? I can't remember. That's it then. We've spoken long enough. Now we've introduced yourselves. It's time you said your prayers. We won't go easy on you. Took the words right out of my mouth. No sooner than I gained the position I desired was I forced to go through days of exhausting work. When I finally got the chance to go outside for a breather, I was attacked. My anger has reached critical mass and you will all suffer for it. Come, girls, after me. She said those words, Marco Polo commenced the attack, to the surprise of everyone around her. You're making the first move. How bold of you. Intercept them. Oh, hey, at least we have two submarines. Those things win wars, you know. Marco Polo's position, and after several classes, was far from disadvantageous. If anything, her momentum was growing and growing, and the advantage was hers. Is that all you have? You're weaker than I anticipated, and your aim is sloppy. You're clearly lacking common experience as well. I don't have my face cam, but I'm doing like the OG-san, like putting my hand by my chin. I'm impressed, Apostle. Frankly, I underestimated you. Time to get serious. Trento said that, she took out an intricate black cube. It's black. An origin cube? They have access to those things? All of a sudden, a red and black fog spread out and blanketed the whole river. Our power grows while inside the eternal night's fog. You, on the other hand, will suffer and languish due to its corrosion. Your fates have been sealed. There is nowhere to run or hide. Damn it, she's right. Fog is corroding our equipment and bodies. Your Grace, we have to get out of the fog immediately. Don't be hasty. All that's happening is the power generated by the origin cube is spreading out. It's but a cheap trick. Do they think they could do what they please while I have God on my side? We're near a district that is a source of God's light. There should be power stored inside. Let's find out what it can do. An indescribable power surged forth, and the dark fog immediately turned to ashen in power before dissipating. What? How is this possible? It's possible to use the power of gladness of God's light without evacuating it. For being a siren creation, that machine sure is straightforward in use. Did you think that was the end? It's only the beginning. Marco Polo recited another prayer of sorts. The entire area was illuminated with golden light, the body of her and her aides glowing especially brightly. Trust me, this world's an image of paradise. Magnificent! This will be good to reference. Whoa, what is this? Is this brain power too? Never imagined you would call upon the last's power like this, Your Grace. Save the praise for later. This is no time to talk. Stronger have we grown. Now show them your might. Feel the power of art. Focus fire on one of them. Actually, pushing us back. It's hard to fully carry out an imp. Let's decide on the spur of a moment. Victory's out of our grasp. We should retreat, Gento. You're right. I thought this was our chance to take her out. But alas, next time we meet Marco Polo, we will attack you head on. Not so fast. I have a message for your boss. They sure ran away quickly. Let's chase after them. We'll get away if we don't go now. Grace, please be calm. I am calm! Why pursue him in the first place and risk walking into another trap of theirs? Those parting words. We'll attack you from head on. They just did that. No matter. The imperative now is to return to Rome and get a full grasp of the situation. Regroup and head out at full speed. Sunglasses. Kingdom of Naples, Borderlands. Remote stronghold. Inside the fort's command center, the Empress of Eternal Night was organizing the latest details. The banner of Eternal Night is deploying as planned. Night has already fallen on 5 of the member states, including the Dukedom of Milan. As agreed, Milan will not mobilize, and the Genoan fleet is already on its way to Florence. The Republic of Venice is split in 2. Its march on the Ecclesia's territory has begun. It is only a matter of time before they raise the banner. We certainly got the jump on the Holy See. It's just a shame we couldn't kill Marco Polo. Yes, it is deplorable. The Apostle was born by a prophecy of God. We slightly underestimated her capabilities in battle. Also, I'm concerned by that strange power of disintegration that Trento alluded to. The Holy See may be steadily gaining control of more powerful divine weapons based on this key. There is one more thing. They've confirmed that Divine Army, sealed inside the Armory of God that was opened the other day. Their combat capabilities are unknown, which is to say, there's a good chance they will grapple with more divine troops than we anticipated. Share this information with Cavour and see what Milan thinks. What matters more than anything else that the banner is raised. If we can't completely convert the lattice of God's light to the domain of eternal night, we can't get the power needed to engage the Divine Army on equal footing. The power Marco Polo demonstrated may come to pose a threat to the domain. I trust General Command to you. I'm going to head to the front lines and launch the assault on Rome. I'll meet the Holy See in person. That seems like a mistake. Also, please. Congestion sucks, kids. Okay. So then the Ecclesia, Cathedral, Apostle's Office. Following Trento and Bolzano's failed ambush, the group safely arrived back in Rome. The moment they returned to the cathedral, they were swamped with report after report, more and more coming in every minute. Oh no, it's up to Tier 3, and the two Sicilies, Venice, Genoa, and Milan have been lost. All the while, Milan hasn't taken any sort of action. Meanwhile, Florence is currently engaging a fleet from Genoa. Florence's nodes have evaded capture go far, but their Tier 1 nodes aren't functioning as normal due to sabotage, while Tier 2 and 3 nodes are struggling to run at full power. At the same time, the first and second and legation districts are being invaded by the Republic of Venice. Currently, among the 10 legation districts in which nodes are housed, over half of Tier 2 and Tier 3 nodes have been lost. On the bright side, the Tier 1 nodes in Bologna and Ancona remain under our control. As for the major Tier 2 nodes in Ravenna, the situation is the worst in the 4th legation district, where all tiers of nodes were lost to Sicily's first surprise attack. The College of Cardinals ordered a full withdrawal. The 3rd legation district, it's not looking so well either. We're holding down the Tier 1 nodes in Perugia. The losses exceed 40% among the Tier 2 and 3 nodes. As for the capital district, the damage is minimal. The enemy hasn't taken as much as taking one step forward for fear of what's in the armories of God. For the moment, the most important top-tier nodes as well as the tier 1 through 3 nodes are all safe. How? How they reduce us to this in this little time? Hang on, something specific in this report. How are our troop casualties and our equipment loss? Those still being counted. That being said, all the fighting is focused around places with the source of God's light. There is no damage to major naval facilities. Administrative buildings don't seem to be the enemy's target either, so evacuating them was straightforward and little damage was sustained. Very annoying war to be fighting, I must say. It's clear what they're after, the lattice of God's light. According to our intel, they've been modifying rather than destroying the nodes across all regions following their capture. They're using some kind of equipment known as the Banner of Eternal Night to alter the sources. Now, this is just my conjecture. It looks like the banner draws from the same source of power as Andrea's faction does for Metamorphosis, and it's something they're using to counter the lattice of God's light. It leads me to believe they're corroding and converting the sources to take control of the lattices for themselves. Corroding and converting. So if Metamorphosis isn't solely a destructive force, they seem quite adept at using it. I'll admit, it is quite fascinating. Still, it's concerning how they want the lattice for themselves. That thing might present a problem. But wait, Andrea said something about breaking free from God's cage or whatever, which means freeing themselves from the Siren's control. Why then won't they destroy the very thing that gives the Siren's control? Don't they know the risks? One thing is clear, my position will get worse and worse if I don't step in and do something. Sirens want a medal, well, fine, but did they have to get me involved? What a pain. Rhys, have you figured something out? I'm just wondering, will Lattice of God's light be rendered unusual if all the captured nodes thus far were destroyed? No, the situation isn't quite that dire. Our technical division is currently carrying out emergency modifications so that the lattice in the vicinity of Rome can be activated independently. The work should be done within 2 hours. The core of the system converges around the outskirts of Rome, you see. As long as Rome still stands, even if the other nodes are lost, the lattice can still fully encase and protect the capital. By raising its output, it can even cover most of the Ecclesia's territory to some extent. In other words, Rome will become their next target. We won't let that happen. The lattice's protective casing around Rome will be impenetrable, so long as no nodes of its borders malfunction. Furthermore, since all the nodes will be under Rome's protection, they will never be able to physically reach any nodes either. They would have to breach the barrier first. Their enemies aren't stupid, mind you. They already planned this far ahead. They probably have a counter to this idea as well. I've got it. I know why they're capturing the nodes rather than destroying them, despite their goal of freeing themselves. I thought too absurd to be possible, but it seems I misjudged them. Trying to unshackle themselves from the Sirens, Frederick's exact goal. Of course they're not stupid. I don't quite understand what you mean, Your Grace. I thought you seemed to hold Andrea in high regard. Never mind that now. The matter is this. Andrea's goal is to take us down with her. With her, Your Grace. They haven't captured all these nodes, so they can keep the last of God's light under their control forever. She wants to pit the power she controls against ours, use that class to ensure mutual destruction in the end. The more nodes they convert, the higher the likelihood that their plan will succeed. If it works, they can destroy the lattice at minimal cost, and we caught out with our pants down without our defense. We used saying that she's seizing the lattice, not to use it against us, but to make sure that it is destroyed? Yes, clearly. She made it look like she was slowly gaining control of it in order to throw us off. Wanting us to think we are in a protracted war and concentrate our troops in Rome, she could eliminate us in one fell swoop. Clever, clever girl. If I wasn't familiar with the game she was playing, I would have totally fallen for it. If she's coming to attack us, she'll most definitely do it from the sea. We must immediately relay this to the College of Cardinals to rethink our strategy. Should we become reliant on the lattice, unable to rebuild a defensive line? You consider the Cardinals' proposal from way back, to carry out the right of the final judgment. Carry out the what now? After a cursory look at some documents and having finished the necessary preparations, Marco Polo and Raphaelio traversed its tunnel under the cathedral toward where the rite was to be held. The rite of the final judgment. It was a ceremonial procedure that was discovered in the Armory of God that Marco Polo previously opened. The place where the rite was to be held was discovered on the same day. The rite was to be performed by the Apostle alone, and Marco Polo was not to be accompanied by anyone. Yet, for some reason, she decided to take advantage of the chaos and bring Raphaelio with her. Walking through the tunnel for some time, they arrived in a large room with an atmosphere much like that of the Armory of God. The ceremony spot is just up ahead. Just walk to that control panel in the middle of the hall. All I gotta do is stand by, right? Yes, just wait over there. I'll go have a look. Marco Polo walked up to the hall center and gazed at the massive sculpture before her that radiated a holy light. A bit over the top, if you ask me, but... Gazing back down, saw what clearly looked to be a siren-made control lattice. Blue patterns sticking out from its black, metallic surface. Typical siren design. For the right of the final judgment, chosen ship girl apostle would... I gotta stop doing that! When interfaced directly with the doomsday device left by God, overcome the trials it presented. So she emerged triumphant. The doomsday device would awaken the divine armies across all of the archipelago and smite all of the Ecclesia's foes, letting God's light shine forever. Alright, let's see what this thing wants me to do. The instant that she put her hands on the doomsday device, her surroundings changed completely. On the first day, the army of non-believers approached. On the second day, Rome was engulfed by flames. Third day, Sardinia was engulfed by the long dark. On the fourth day, the divine army finally awoke. On the fifth day, the domain of eternal night collapsed. On the sixth day, the judgment of paradise lost came a second time. On the seventh day, God's light shone forever upon the world. A while later, Marco Polo regained consciousness. On the seventh day, God's light shone forever upon the world. I get it. It's the synopsis of the tale that Sirens wrote. Andrea was completely right. No one to free themselves. They're going to plunge the Holy See into crisis, leaving me with no option but to assist them in achieving their goals. Unfortunately for them, I'm not going to fall for that. I have no interest in the Sirens' plays. I mustn't allow the power gathered through the right to go to waste. We're to awaken something and place our hopes in. To place our faith and hopes in, let it not be the Sirens, but what I myself believe in. Me. Plan in mind, Marco Polo returned to Raffaello. Well, think the ritual will go well? Of course, but I have an even better plan. Even better? Sounds like there's a reason why you brought me along. First of all, do you think the story circulated by Andrea's faction is true or false? I'm just a painter. What would I know about that? Alright, let's suppose Andrea came to you with money and a commission. Would you draw for her or not? I would, obviously. I've done stuff like that before. What if I was the one paying? That's even more reason to draw. What do you have in mind? Magnificent. So my commission is as follows. After Marco Polo had given Raffaello as much steel she could possibly muster, even a few diagrams she made herself, Raffaello finally understood what to draw. Are you sure you want to draw this? It's beyond eccentric. It borders on the unsettling. Is this really your image of God? I never heard anyone put an experience like this to him. Also, do you even need this for the rites? I am the apostle, am I not? Well, yeah. And who would know better about God and rituals than the apostle herself? Nobody, because you're the apostle. There you go, you dolt. Fine. What if I were to double your remuneration? Well, the customer's always right. Your bidding is my command, your grace. Magnificent. Oh God, behold the grand stage that I shall offer to thee. To be honest, these gate parts are like the most boring part of the story to me. Unknown location. Unknown time. The sound of the chorus had faded, but the pure light world stretched on infinitely. There was no more concept of inside or outside the doors, and distance became meaningless. Even time and space gradually lost meaning. Finally, among the infinite whiteness, a single figure appeared. Weird. Why is it so quiet here? I had to fight through violent tides the whole way over. Wait. Why is sensing something invisible? Begin inspection. Reveal the truth of this place to me. I figure it took form in an instant, but it disappeared once more. Goodness, such a high level. Hold it. I recognize you. Anzio juice? I just want to calm this place so much. I see. You advanced in level, but you're still trapped here. Mine is too low to help you, but I do have an idea to help you. Release me, and I will help you descend. It was then that another figure appeared. The situation is as dire as they come, but I'm helpless to act. Oh God, thy power must be mine. I know that you want to descend upon this world. I'll use your power to create the kingdom of God, the beginning of a blissful, eternal age of glory for all of mankind, free of danger. Marco Polo? Are these her memories from before the false god's arrival? Reach out my hand and touch the I thought I was going to sneeze. I reach out my hand and touch the soliloquizing figure. When I do, all turns to endless white again. This makes me realize that I'm still in the gates. The chorus begins anew. He is ready to converse. Be their voices one or many. Only echoes remain in the end. Hierophant is still trying to descend upon this world.